What's up, everybody? Crystal and Donald from Kettle Farms. And this isn't, what day is it?
Sunday.
Second to last Sunday. I think there's one more to the end of the month. So we are just hanging out. We had a busy day. Wait for some folks to hop in. Got my crazy hat on for today's stream. There's a story behind this one, though, so we'll go over that in a bit. But welcome. We'll let a few more folks hop in, and then we'll just talk about what we've been up to. Not a whole lot. We got a new book to show off, which I'm kind of excited about because we made some decisions today also about what we're going to do with Donald's soil knowledge stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to, can I make that one a ticker? Let's see. Yeah. There we go. We'll make that one a ticker so it's not so big. And I did post around to let folks know we were live. What's up, live people?
Is anybody here?
I don't think anybody's here. That's cool. We'll just talk about our day to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, hey, Donald, how was your day today?
My day was pretty good. Pretty productive. How was your day?
My day was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a good day.
You look good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You look all right, too. Oh, there's Robin and Susan. I did not make this. I'm actually going to talk about it here in a bit. This was gifted to me. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to show it off because it's got some cool stuff on it. Hey, Skinner Farms, Big Bear Hempstead, 𝙒𝙂, and Donald.
And me.
Yeah, and Donald. So. But yeah, we had a pretty productive day. It's actually going to be a pretty productive week, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, last week was fairly productive.
It's going to be a pretty productive vacation.
Yeah. Donald's on vacation until Tuesday of next week. Not this coming Tuesday, but the one after. And you've been off since Sunday. Last Sunday.
Yeah.
So you still got over a week left. But we'll wait for a couple more folks to hop in. I did share it around, but maybe people are busy today.
People are coming in.
I mean, it's once you get out of all of that funk with the snow and stuff, it's a lot of work to kind of catch up and then clean it up. And
yeah. So
I don't really expect that many people.
I'm just waiting for next week or this coming week because it's supposed to be in the 50s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in the teens, and I don't know. Did it get this? It did the single digits at nighttime, I think.
Yeah, it was 9 degrees.
But
I mean, not like Texas.
Right. So how's everybody else doing? I know Big Bear, they've got a big thing coming up next weekend that they're excited about. Actually, Robin, are you guys going to have your surprise by your live next weekend? Food Forest Permaculture. We got Farmer Meemaw. Skinner Farms is still here. Teresa Dean. Oh, we got to plant seeds this week. We completely meant to last week and didn't. So we're doing some brassicas and other things this week. Cabbage, broccoli. I'll have to look at that book. Do you have it over there?
I was looking for it for you.
𝙎𝙬. Oh, okay. I always think 𝙎𝙬 for some reason, but 𝙎𝙬. I like it. Howie, how are you doing? I always love seeing you in here. So yeah, we're a little behind on the planting, but it's still the very, very early stages. So hi, Bridget or Brigitte. Either way, it's a gorgeous name. So hello. So yes, we are planting lettuce, kale, collards, cabbage, celery, that kind of stuff in our region this week. You're starting to have your CDL driving test along with a pre-trip and air brakes test. Well, that's fun. I guess I should do it more down here so I'm not cutting off our faces as much. Darren is trying to figure out what kind of hat you're wearing tonight. Yes, I was going to go over the hat later. What planting zone? We are in 6B, southern Pennsylvania. So our last frost date is supposed to be sometime after Mother's Day. So we usually plant, well, after Mother's Day. Probably the 3rd and 4th week of May is when we'll start putting stuff outside. But it always changes. Have I heard of the app Seed to Spoon? I have, and I have it, I think. But I have not actually used it much. So, yes, I probably should look at that. I do have it on my phone, though. Do you like it? Yeah, I have it. I have it on my phone.
Do you want to look at it right here?
No, I have it on my phone. Thanks.
Do you have it on your phone? Do you want to look at it?
Farmer Meemaw says they had 19.5 inches of snow and temps below zero. Wait, where are you at, Mark? Where are you at, Farmer Meemaw? I never remember. Hey, TJ Miller. Howie says, whoops. I skipped it. Putting out lots of video on eating right. Yes, that is something Donald and I are going to try to focus on a lot this year. As I sit here with a peppermint mocha from Starbucks. So there's that. There's the filter that tells you what to plant now. Yeah, I just keep forgetting I have the app. I guess I need to work on it more. Central Arkansas. Now, see, that sounds like Pennsylvania weather. Drive. Hey, Papa Z, Mama Z. All right, so the hat, since Darren, where is Darren, by the way? This was a gift to me from who's going to be our channel shout out today. And it's got a really nice big hood on it, like that big. But what's cool about it is if you take the scarf ends, they have like little pockets. And I've always wanted a scarf with the little pockets.
A scarf?
Scarf with pockets. But I can also use it, like I don't need for my hands in it right now. But actually, when I got this, the day I got it, yeah, I know who Darren is. I just was like, where is he? Where is his name? I fell asleep with this the first day I got it. But making lemonade from lemons, Shayla over at that channel sewed this or crocheted it to me and gave it to me as a gift, along with some hibiscus seeds because I can't find them anywhere, and I'm desperate for planting lots of hibiscus this year. So yeah, she mentioned how she did it in the video, but it's got these gloves on the end of the thingies.
Those are granny squares.
Granny squares is what she called them.
Stitched together, yeah.
I know nothing about crocheting or anything like that. So
crocheting.
Crocheting.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said crocheting, and it was funny. It's a new word for me.
Anyway, it was a gift, so I figured I'd wear it today to show it off a little bit.
Rude.
You're rude.
Yeah.
It was nice when I was cuddled up with my hands in the mitts under a blanket and fell asleep when it was really cold out. So many channels not having live. Yeah, I try to. We're kind of limited on when we can do lives because Donald is only off on Sundays and Mondays, and he works evenings the rest of the week. So Mondays are extremely full with, what is it? Two Family does a live on Mondays. The Stivers do a live on Monday. There's got to be at least another.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably 20, 30.
So Sundays were the time that we were available. We had Thursday night, and then people started hopping on our Thursday night time slot, and I was like, oh, well. Then we went to Saturdays at 10, which not many people showed up for those, but it was the only time we were available. So take care, Teresa. 2 quacks and 5 clucks are here. Hello. Susan says, we have 10 acres of land and we just have to wait for retirement. Fingers crossed. Yeah, my goal is to be a millionaire by the time I'm 50. We'll see if that happens.
Another 30 years.
Yeah, I wish 30 years. More like 10. So maybe by then we can afford our big homestead. I mean, where we're at now is a nice place. It's just we want a bigger place that's off the road. But yes, this was my gift for making lemonades from lemons. So she's actually going to be our channel shout out later. If you don't know Shayla over at Making Lemonades from Lemons, she's a jack of all trades. She knows so much more than she puts out on her channel. She is just a dictionary of information about homesteading and cooking and sewing and prepping, and she's just a wealth. Fermented Homestead, hey, how are you? You'd be proud of me. I've been making my first batch of apple cider. My first ferment.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, vinegar. And technically, I guess it's not my first ferment. I did make sauerkraut that one time. But this year, lots more fermented foods. And your channel is the first channel I'm going to be going to learn all the things. Teresa, Stringfield Ridge Farm, hello. Yes, Mama Z just posted the link to our shout out channel, Making Lemonade from Lemons, who made my cool little scarf hat mitten thing.
Or did she?
Yeah, she beat you to it again.
I see message retracted.
You see what?
Message retracted.
No.
That's what I see.
Oh, well, I see it on the TV and there, so that's all I care about.
So, where's your no now?
No.
Oh. Ugh.
So Donald got a new book today, or this week too. It's actually linked in the description, but I figured he could show it to you, or I'll show it in 𝙎𝙀𝙄𝙀, and then he could tell you about it. So this is his new book, Dirt to Soil by Gabe Brown. We love Gabe Brown. You talk about Gabe Brown a little bit.
Gabe Brown is a farmer in North Dakota. So he gets a lot of the -20s, -30s. But I think he has like 5,000 acres. But he's a big proponent of healing the soil, regenerative agriculture, and he keeps cattle all year on his pasture. No shelter. They stay in the cold, and they're fine. But he's big into cover crops and diversity and a slew of information. And he actually has offered a course. I'm going to be taking the course here shortly. But yeah, he's one of the top guys that I'll listen to on soil building.
Yeah, we like Gabe Brown a lot. There's so much about soil that I just never knew before. So my goal in 2021 is I'm taking the herbal course from Rosemary Gladstar, and Donald's goal is to start taking soil science courses. So this regenerative agriculture course by Gabe Brown is one he's going to probably start later this spring. Once we get my shed a little bit more up to snuff, then I'm going to pay for his course there. So we're really excited about that. Thorhaven Farm, hello, hello. Did I miss anybody else? Say goat cheese, goat cheese.
I will say also, he's a very good speaker too. So he's very easy to listen to.
Yeah.
And like Two Quacks is saying, he's the actual narrator for the audible of the book, or the audible version of the book.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I try. Yeah. Oh, they're reading Teaming Up with Microbes.
Yeah, I actually have the trilogy, the teaming with microbes, nutrients, and fungi.
Yeah, I think we showed those books 2 weeks ago. I have not read them. This is all Donald's territory. I probably will read them eventually. Are you going to go get them?
Yeah. All right, Franklin.
I mean, they could Google them.
Well, no, I'm
You're gonna geek out about it.
not gonna geek out, but I'm gonna geek out.
Geek out about it. So I'll be doing a lot of herbal stuff and probably herbal videos in 2021. And Donald wants to do soil videos. I just got to strap him down and make him do them. So we'll have some soil science videos coming out too. But while he's getting that, yes, we are going to be doing some seed starting today too, TJ, or not today. After today, I think we're going to watch a movie because we honestly, we moved my office today. The rest of my furniture here into the shed mostly. Some of it's in the garage because Donald has to finish putting up some baffling tomorrow, but we should have electricity tomorrow. Most of it. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Gosh, most of it is done. The electricity, he just got to hook it up to put in a new box and hook it up to the garage. So this week I will have electricity, but let me give the floor to Donald because I can tell he's about to geek out on you guys.
I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to say I've done a quick chapter, and it's a phenomenal book, Dirt to Soil.
Oh, you need to talk about the glyphosate.
Oh, yeah, I'll be talking about that too.
Okay.
Another great book. There we go. Can you move that? I can't go further. Is Grow Your Soil. That talks about the soil food web more. And it's a very good book.
There's a link to this from our Amazon link if you want to go through that from last week's live. We showed this off last week.
And then you have, if you can do all three of those. Teaming with Nutrients tells you all about nutrients, mainly how plants take nutrients and plant cells and that kind of stuff. Teaming with Fungi, however you want to say it, and talks about your mycorrhizal and how fungi actually mine minerals and attach themselves to the roots and do an exchange there. And then you have Teaming with Microbes, tells you all about the microorganisms and how they break down nutrients or break down organic matter and create the nutrients for your plants and how they and how they interact together. A slew of information right here. These, I would say, let me think. Yeah, I would say these are the top 5 books that I would recommend if you want to learn anything about soil health. These 5 books.
Two Quacks. As I said, I just took a screenshot of that book.
Which one?
They're all good.
They're all good.
But yeah, so we're going to put together some videos about soil stuff. And Donald was telling me all kinds of tidbits of stuff that he's learning, not only just about soil health, but about nutrition too. Like, tell him about the oranges.
So, doing a lot of videos, or watching a lot of videos, reading a lot of articles, and there's one article that was talking about, and I think there's a video that was going along with it. The nutrient levels of today's food, even organic, perfectly grown food, is 8 times less than what they were 50 years ago. So if you want to eat an orange and you want to have the same nutrients that orange had 50 years ago, you have to eat 8 oranges of today. And that's just mind-blowing to me, because it's just because the nutrient levels have been depleted so much that it takes forever to bring it all back.
Yeah.
And yeah, and never call soil dirt.
Well, we've put out memes before that just say stuff like, stop treating soil like dirt.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. But tell them about the glyphosate.
So the glyphosate, one of the issues, glyphosate is one of the main ingredients in Roundup. And that's one of the issues, the main issue of it is it's water soluble, which is not good for a planet that's 70-75% water, human beings that are 70-75% water, plants that are 70-75% water, it can easily go into everything. But one of the things that was it wasn't even patented as a weed killer. It was patented as like a antibiotic or something, because it specifically killed a certain enzyme in microorganisms. But it was said to be safe for, there you go. But it was said to be safe for humans simply because we didn't have the enzyme that it focused on. But the issue comes up with the enzyme that it kills in the organisms is an enzyme that we rely on as humans for food or for nutrients. So the way that it was explained was really brilliant. Say you got the alphabet and you take the letter Z out. It's not going to mess up your alphabet too much or your words too much. But if you take out a vowel, you're not going to be able to spell a lot if you take out a vowel, any vowel. So, with Monsanto, speaking of that, Monsanto, they don't even own it anymore. It's open market. The number one producer of glyphosate is China. But I think Monsanto is like number 3 now.
And they got bought by Bayer.
Yeah. But so when you destroy that enzyme, it's like there's like a protein that it destroys, and there's an amino acid that it destroys. We use those amino acids for our health, so we're not getting all of that. So when because it's water soluble, it's going everywhere. So now it's in everything, and it's one of the number one causes that people can trace to health problems is glyphosate. Most of health problems that come in, I think it was Alzheimer's in women, Parkinson's in men, are all stemmed from glyphosate. And it's 75% across the world right now. Like 75% of the world is saturated with glyphosate now. Because it's water soluble, people don't realize it gets in water when it evaporates and goes into the precipitation system. And then when it comes back down, it's raining glyphosate. So it was very interesting.
I see Big Bear and T Family are both in here now. Welcome, welcome. Albany Mountain Homestead, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I've been reading up and geeking out.
North Star Prepstetter, yeah. He was telling me about that whole nutrition stuff about oranges 50 years ago were 3 times more nutritious.
8
times more nutritious
than what they are now.
Than oranges now. And it's like, what can we go back to that? And then what I want to know, and I don't know whether I asked you this, but I want to know, like, can we get rid of the glyphosate?
Well, obviously you can get rid of it.
And can you test for it?
In
our soil?
I'm certain you can test for it. Or else they would. I'm not sure if they would. They wouldn't know that it's 75% across.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm sure they test it and then extrapolate it.
So anything that we consume or that we buy to use in our garden, we are doing as much, like, we're not going to put any glyphosate in anything. Like, that's like our number one. I'm never, ever dealing with that chemical ever.
Yeah. But they did say one thing you can do, one to help, obviously, is to do compost, to build microorganisms, put the microorganisms in the system, in your soil, but also to add rock dust that helps add a lot more minerals and nutrients that the organisms can break down and whatnot. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still getting there though.
TJ Miller says acid rating wasn't enough. They had to add that, right?
Right.
2 quacks and 5 clucks says can't wait to meet Donald so we can geek out together.
Oh,
are you guys big into soil stuff too? Because the Naked Gardeners are really big into soil science. Sit over there, so maybe we should have like our own little group of soil nerds or something that we can discuss this stuff. Or maybe there is a group out there already. I don't know.
I will say this, by the way, on soil tests. There is also there's a couple of people that I've been watching. I don't know if I think his name is Matthew Bowers. Let me see what I can find.
Albany Homestead wants to know what products contain these harmful chemicals.
Well, Roundup is the number one, but pretty much any synthetic, I guarantee you any synthetic weed killer or something like that is going to have it in there.
Yeah. And it's glyphosate, right?
Glyphosate. Yeah.
Glyphosate.
Me.
I'll have to look it up.
Glyphosate.
North Star asking, are you cold? Technically, no. We have the wood stove going, but I've been doing this thing the last 3 weeks. I think this is the third week in a row where I wear a weird hat. I was wearing one hat the first week, and everybody was commenting on it. So last week I wore another silly hat. And then today I'm wearing this one because Shayla from Making Lemonades from Lemons made it for me. And it's got these little hand pockets at the end of the scarf, so I can sit here with my hands warm. So I was just kind of...
There it is, glyphosate.
Who's 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎? You would know, right? 2 Quacks and 5 Clucks was talking about 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎.
Yeah, that's another name. A good person to listen to.
Yeah. Skinner Farm says, rock dust like the ag lime I'm using with the limestone quarry I used to work at. That's his question.
It's not just, I mean, it's I think they just call it rock dust.
Okay.
I don't think it's just it's Powers. Matt Powers is his name.
So we might actually put out a video on this glyphosate in more detail as we're doing more of this research, because I didn't realize how serious and how widespread this thing was, but how much negative impact it has on not only the food that we eat, but our bodies. And I mean, for all we know, it could be such a strong proponent into a lot of the modern diseases that we put up with, you know? So Matt Powers, I'm going to put that up there.
Wait, what are we putting out?
Videos on glyphosate.
Oh, gotcha.
At some point. What did Big Bear say? That joke just blew up on my face. Wait, what joke?
I guess when he said spell it.
Oh. Oh, was that supposed to be a joke? Sorry. Ruined your joke. 2 Quack says that they talk to Ray a few times per month. Are you friends with 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎? I don't know who that Donald knows who that is, but that would be cool though. If that's like a big soil name.
Wait, what?
What are you looking up?
I'm typing in list of items that have glyphosate, and the very first thing that popped up was what foods have glyphosate.
Well, look, Kevin James is a new person, said that glyphosate breaks down really quickly in the soil. He's a chem teacher. So that's good to know. Now, does it need like a certain
You need to have living soil.
Living soil, yeah. It can't be what most soil, well, you can't really call it soil, but all the topsoil that's gone. But is it, I assume it would have to be good living soil with good microbes and worms and things like that. Big Bear said he didn't think he could spell it. Well, he's got a laptop right here, so he'll just Google it.
I Googled
it. Joke's on you, Jason.
I mean, I spelled it in my hand, and I was correct, but I used Google as a confidant.
2 Quack says another person to possibly interview in a vlog is 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎. I can line that one up for you if you wish. Ooh, that would be fun. I don't know that name, but maybe Donald does. Like, I'm on the herb end of things, and herbal medicine. Donald's on the soil and the microbe end of things.
𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎. I don't think I know that one.
He can cut and paste, Big Bear. Robin's giving Jason some smack.
Oh, he's from Understanding Ag. Okay, yeah.
Kevin James says it will break down on its own pretty much any soil. Well, that's good to know. I definitely don't want to add more to our soil so that it has to break it down, but I'm also curious as to what chemicals it is in. Well, we don't use chemicals anyway, but what food am I eating that it's in? Like that kind of stuff. How are our bodies absorbing this? I'm curious. Hilda is on the herb side. Okay, cool. Hidden Spring, welcome. You missed my cool hat scarf thing that Making Lemonades from Lemons channel made me. I just got it this week. It has hand mittens on the end in case my hands get cold. That's my silly hat for today. Kevin James says 50% breakdown in a few weeks and virtually all gone in about a year. Okay. Now the question is, if, not saying we do, but if you keep adding, can it build up to the point where it no longer breaks down? Like if you constantly put chemicals on your property, I mean,
Well,
I guess it will still break down, but
it will still break down, but you're just adding how long it takes to break down.
yeah.
Like this is saying it breaks down to half its toxicity in 140 days.
Two Quacks wants to know what urine does for the soil. Human urine. Doesn't Justin Rhodes pee on his garden a lot?
Well, I was
It's like a fertilizer or something.
It adds nitrogen.
Yeah. Something.
But I think it oversaturates, depending on how bad your soil is and how bad your pee is.
How bad your pee is. So yeah, we were just geeking out a little bit about these cool books that Donald's been reading. For those who hadn't seen them before, we've got Teaming with Fungi, I don't know how you say it. Teaming with Microbes, Teaming with Nutrients, Grow Your Soil. It's another really good one we showed off last week. There's a link to this in the video from last week. And then this is the one we got this week. There's a video down below of this live to Gabe Brown's Dirt to Soil book, which is about regenerative agriculture. And we love Gabe Brown. So we also love, I'm having a brain fart. Who's the one that loves his cows?
Greg Judy.
Greg Judy. We love Greg Judy. So
Yeah, that's another guy I'll listen to.
you just have to walk while you pee. That's easier for the guys to do.
You can duck waddle.
Squat and waddle. No, I don't think the neighbors would appreciate that. What is she doing?
Hey,
She's
Matt.
peeing on her plants. Hey, Matt. Depends on how much water you drink. A lot. So yeah, there's Donald's little geek out about what he's doing. He's going to take Greg Judy's course first. We didn't realize.
Gabe Brown's.
No, Gabe Brown, sorry. Gabe Brown's course first because it's more affordable and
Yeah.
it kind of tackles some of what Donald wants to get into locally anyway. So
Yeah. So sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was saying because we have a lot
That's
of
talking for me.
What the word? What's the word? Not beef cattle operations. We have a lot of
CAFOs?
crop operations.
Monocrops.
Yeah. So corn, soybean. Every now and then you'll see what's that other one? Amaranth.
Yeah, amaranth.
You'll see amaranth every now and then.
But mostly corn and soybeans
Mostly
here.
corn, and then soybean, then corn, and soybean. So I want to actually start working around here. So I figured Gabe Brown's will be the best course to take first. One, it's literally 1/10 of the price as Elaine Ingham's. And that's what he focuses on. He does crops. He does beef too. He puts animal impact on the land, but he does cover crops, diversity of cover crops. I think he goes from 8 species to almost 15 species in his cover crops for diversity.
So yeah, he's going to take that one. I'm taking Rosemary Gladstar's herbal course. And then we're going to gradually work up to the more expensive ones. Like my next one after Rosemary is going to be the Chestnut School of Medicine herbal course, which is like, it's like $1,200 or $1,500. And I think your next one.
The only other one that I have is
Elaine
Elaine's,
Ingram's.
and hers, the first one, the foundation course is $5,000. If you pay up front. If you want to do payment plan, it's $5,500. But it's 10 payments in a year. So I'm just like, okay, we'll go with the other one first.
The cheaper one.
The cheaper one.
We're on a budget.
And Gabe Brown's, you have access to that information. You paid up front, but you have access to the information for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's just online. I think he offers one that you can go to him. I got to see this.
What? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I had to show it because it.
Well, I'll wait for it to pop up here.
Yeah.
And then after I do the Chestnut School, I think I'm going to take the Herbal Academy course as well. And you were going to take a consulting course too, right?
Well, That's her course, Elaine's. But you have to take the foundation course first. So they're going to get the 5,000 from you.
Yeah.
Before you do the consulting, and the consulting is like 25 to 3,000.
Peek over. There's Skinner's question.
Oh.
Do you know how long it takes cow manure and hay with some dirt mixed together to be safe on the raised beds?
Well, technically, you can put cow manure. Well,
is that the one you're talking about? I'm not seeing the one on your screen.
About
Gabe Brown. Yeah, why am I not seeing that one on my screen? Ugh. Come on, StreamYard.
I would like to intern on Gabe's ranch, but I'm needed here too much.
Yeah.
I would say for that cow manure and hay, if you do a hot compost, you could probably have it in there in 4 weeks if you turn it constantly.
Yeah.
Talk every 3 days, 2 to 3 days. You have to watch temperature, but as long as it gets to 140 degrees and it's there for like a day or two, and it starts dropping down, you turn it again to bring that heat back up to 140. Once it starts dying off, turn it again. And about 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, that should be good to put on soil.
And that's with the hot compost, right?
That's a hot compost.
Yeah. That's
really all. The only kind of compost you want to do is aerobic. You don't want to do an anaerobic compost, because anaerobic compost is going to give is a pathogen compost.
Hey, Johnny,
you're not
going
to kill your pathogens unless it's acidic, highly acidic, for an extremely long period of time.
See you, Kathy. North Star Prep Stutter. Yeah, just watch the temperature 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. So you want the aerobic compost, because your pathogens cannot compete as well in an aerobic environment next to the aerobic microorganisms.
Yeah.
They're going to be forced out.
Yeah, Donald, working in wastewater, knows a lot more than I thought you would about microbes and anaerobics and all of that. Like,
that's what we had to do to break down waste.
He knows his shit.
I know my shit. I know my microbes.
So
I'm learning more about the microbes on the soil side. I know wastewater microbes.
Yeah. The stinky kind.
We already got it down, though. They didn't like me talking.
No, they just don't like me, which I'm fine with. I like being disliked. I do not care. I just like to speak my mind.
And I apologize if I'm talking too much.
No, please do. It gives me a break. I feel like I always, now you know how I feel every week. I'm like, meh, meh, meh.
Well, I just, I don't know. I know 𝙒𝘋𝙔 finds this interesting. I don't know if anybody else does. I'm pretty sure Skinner does. Josh does.
Well, here's the thing about anybody who grows anything. It all starts in your soil, and it all starts with microbes. If you don't have microbes, you don't have
soil. You have
soil.
Dirt.
You don't have plants. So we actually have a T-shirt on our Teespring. If Mama Z wants to post it, I'm actually going to migrate it to our personal website soon. But on our Teespring, we have a link to a T-shirt design where I think it says farming starts with microbes. It does. The very basics of farming in every aspect has to start with the microbes. And
look at you.
What? I learn stuff. I listen to you rant and ramble on. Sometimes I might drool on myself while I do it, but I listen.
Your eyes glaze over.
Oh. Well, it's like when I talk about coding and websites, and you're like, yeah, that's great. Thanks, wife. So.
Yeah, I'm like, it's HTML body of.
There she goes. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of T-shirts there because I'm migrating over to an actual store, but I've got another T-shirt design shop that maybe Mama Z will post also, but I love designing T-shirts. So you'll see more Copper Kettle Farms T-shirts up. But maybe if you want to buy one, that microbes start with or farming starts with microbes.
I actually might do the Audible one and listen to that on the way into work.
Actually, I wonder if I can pull it up.
On the way into work, and I'm back home from work.
That would actually be a good idea because you have like an hour drive.
Yeah, I have like an hour drive to work and back, or 40, 45 minutes.
I kind of had a long commute, and then I decided to change it. My commute was like 1.5 miles, so I changed it to like 20 feet. So, oh, that link doesn't work. Why doesn't that link work? No. Huh. Well, I'll get you guys the link another time next week.
Yeah, I'll probably listen. I'll probably go through this book quicker on my ride home, and that way here I can read. I can read this book.
You know what we should do is share an Audible account, because there's a couple books I've been wanting to.
I'm fine with sharing an Audible account. We share an Amazon account.
Yeah, that's true. How's the shed office coming along? So we got everything moved out today except one chair, which we are going to grab tomorrow. I got to go get my blood tested for my INR anyway. But other than that, we are moved out. I did tear a little bit of paint off the wall today when we were moving stuff. So I don't know if we want to spackle that or something. We'll have to, or I'll just leave it and they can take it out of my security deposit. I don't know. But we're all moved out. The only issue is now I need to get a couple things done in the shed before I can really work in it full time. The electricity is supposed to be done tomorrow. They had to order a part for a line that goes from the shed to the garage to hook up to the panel. They're also going to be replacing the panel because it's the glass penny fuses. And it's like an extra $200 to replace it. I'm like, if we're going to do it, just do it. So once the electricity's in, Donald has been working on putting baffling. Is that what it's called?
It's insulation baffling.
Yeah.
So because there's vents, the roof is slanted and it's just a one side. It doesn't come back down the other side. And so it has vents at the top, vents at the bottom. And we're going to do spray foam insulation. So I need to put insulation bafflings so the vents can still have flow and the spray foam doesn't block anything.
TJ Miller wants to know if there's any other books he should listen to.
That's what I'm looking up now. I don't know if this one has on Audible.
With Grow Your Soil?
Yeah.
Does it show like formats?
It's just showing. Oh, it says other.
It says Kindle. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Kindle, but I don't know if there's an.
It's just Kindle and paperback on that one. Yeah, the only one that I know of right now, and that's just because of Two Quacks, was the Audible for the Dirt to Soil.
Yeah. Ooh, Holistic Management by Alan Savory is apparently another good.
That's another book. big name, Alan Savory.
So check that one out too then. But yes, once the electricity is hooked up, all we got to do is get some insulation in there. I've got a heater. As long as I have heat, and I have to get with the booster we bought apparently is not working to get the internet kind of out there further. So I may have to go buy another booster. But other than that, we're good. I mean, there's a desk in there. There's heat. I actually have an extension cord in there right now to run heat when I'm in there, but we're so close. But after this week, I got to do a walkthrough with the landlord to let them see the place, turn in my keys, my car magnet thingy, and then I'm done. Completely working from home. And it's paid for. That's the big thing for me. Like, the shed was expensive, but because I got a grant from my business that covers my expenses for the year, I was able to purchase this. Nobody can take it from me. It's mine. And it's not like I owe a debt now. The shed's here. It's paid for. And I can just work from home. Like, that's like a dream. And I was able to accomplish that. And I'm really excited about that. So I can go out. If I need to go out and like stretch my legs, I go out and cuddle my goats now. Like, how awesome is that? Now we just got to make enough money to bring Donald home. I don't know what he'll do, but am I keeping warm? Yes. Yeah, I'll show it off again because it's awesome. This is a hoodie scarf thing with mittens embedded in the scarf to keep my hands warm that Making Lemonades from Lemons made me. Shayla over there. So I'm really excited about this. Let's see. TJ Miller says, Soil Science for Gardeners, Working with Nature to Build Soil Health. Mother Earth News Wiser Living Series by Robert Pavlis. Do you know that name, Robert Pavlis?
No.
But Mother Earth News, I suspect, would have quality speakers and stuff. So, is that a social media platform? Yes, Clubhouse is an audio social media platform that lets you join into. It's almost like joining on party lines on a phone, on conversations, discussions, kind of like we do here on these lives, but there's no video. I am not on Clubhouse because everything I have is an Android and they don't have it out for Android yet, which just pisses me off. I really want to be on it. I've been wanting to be on it for months, but I have to wait. And I'm not a fan of waiting. I am an Aries and I want it done now. So, hey, Southern Blessed. And I did shout you out last week, Quebec. I know you noticed that I had when I was showing off StreamYard, I had your graphic on there. I always put up a graphic saying, hey, here's my shout out. So I put your pretty face on there. They hired Android developers this week. Yes. I will be so up in Clubhouse. I mean, I'm on everything. I'm on social media networks that nobody's on right now, like Float, Flote. I did a live on my business YouTube about Float. I really like Float, what its potential is. I'm on Gab. I'm on Parler, where I was on Parler. I'm not right now, but there just wasn't a lot there for business. And I'm more interested in experimenting with platforms to see how my clients can utilize them best. So what else is going on? So we got everything moved. We're just setting things up in the shed. Donald and I will probably, once we get the installation, we'll probably take a little bit of break spending money on the shed and either spend money on a new goat barn or the greenhouse. We'll see. I definitely want the greenhouse as soon as possible.
And the goats have been fairly fine right now.
Yeah. The issue is the goat barn we have now is a little small, and we have one goat named Jolene who is a little bossy and doesn't let anybody else in the barn most of the time. She may not be here long if she keeps it up.
That's true. So we might hit the... Yeah.
Maybe not that, but maybe that.
Or maybe sell her.
Or maybe sell her. We'll see. I mean, she's pretty. Or just put her in the quarantine area for a while. Just to let the others.
But she needs someone to be there with her.
She doesn't like anybody.
Well, I know, but maybe we can get her like a duck, maybe.
Or a chicken. She can have a chicken pet.
Or a chicken. She can have a chicken companion.
I mean, that could work.
Oh, no, I didn't. Let me see.
What happened? Did you see my last question? Oh, did we miss it? Let me scroll up. I might have missed it. Oh, I see it.
Oh, there it is.
Building raised beds 2 feet deep. What other than limbs and bigger sticks in the bottom to fill up a 1 foot of dirt on top? I mean, I would stick with the sticks, to be honest, myself. That's what we did.
So it depends. So this is some other stuff that I'm learning. It depends on what you're putting in there. If they're going to be like brassicas, you want less woody stuff. Because brassicas don't like, because woody stuff is going to make your fungal to bacteria ratio fungal dominant. It might not be 100% dominant. Obviously, it's just going to be more fungal than bacteria. And brassicas don't grow well in that. So if it's not going to be brassicas, then put wood chips or limbs or whatever. But if it's going to be brassicas, I would focus more on
like hay, or is that woody?
That's it's not as woody. Grass is dried grass is still woody. It's still
what would you use instead of woody stuff then? What's the alternative?
I would just do if you have compost.
Yeah,
compost in there. If it's just a filler dirt, I would just use filler dirt with compost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we learned, or he's been learning, he was explaining it to me, so I only know the briefest amount of information about this, but between different types of plants, like tomatoes versus corn, some like bacterial type of environments, some like woody type of environments. And if you try to grow the wrong type, they won't do as well because of the type of environment that you've created based off of what you're putting on there. Like we use a lot of wood chips and hay, so we'll have to cut that out on certain areas where we don't want that woody environment. Like I think tomatoes was one that doesn't like a woody.
Tomato likes a good balance.
Yeah. What was one that didn't like?
Brassicas. Brassicas want bacteria dominated.
Okay. And then corn wants a woody. They don't want the bacteria, right? Is that what you were explaining to me?
Woody, yeah, okay, so it's like this. Imagine a plains and it's just grasses. That's a bacteria-dominated environment.
Okay.
The forest is a fungal-dominated environment. So if you have things that need lots and lots of sun and things like that, you don't want them to be in the woods because they're not going to get it, and they're going to want the bacteria anyway. So you want them in the plains area. If you want things like raspberries, things like that, you want, they do well under trees, on the edges of trees. Corn, I didn't know corn was a warm season grass, but it's also a very woody grass, and they require more fungal than bacteria.
Susan asks, she says, I'm not trying to be weird, but what does goat taste like? Goat, I've only ever had goat once. I've never killed my own goat. We do almost strictly rabbits and chickens and turkey. Well, I guess, and turkeys and deer, like when you go hunting. I've never butchered a hog. When I do, I'm going to get Big Bear to come up and teach me. Now, my grandparents did, but we never had hogs on our farm. So, and I've never butchered a cow. I would like to learn at some point. So what goat I did have, it was in a curry, and I love curry, so I mostly tasted the curry flavor. It did, to me, feel like there was a little bit of a goat flavor to it. But I was talking to the Naked Gardeners earlier on Marco, and she said that you don't really taste, it's not really gamey. So, but it's been a while since I've had it. I would like to try it again. My problem is I'm very attached to my goats. So killing one of them is going to be hard.
That's probably her number one favorite farm animal.
It is. Like, I can kill a rabbit and a chicken with no problem. I can kill a deer or a turkey with no problem. But my goats are like my dogs. So.
And it's funny. I have a coworker from Nigeria, and we were talking one day, and
Babatunde.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Babatunde Badness.
Don't say his whole name.
Well, I mean, it's not his whole name.
Okay.
That's what he tells us so that we can pronounce. But he was saying that it's weird to him. He's been here 2 years. He said it's weird to him to see so many people with goats as pets.
Because that's their main food source.
Because that's their number one meat source is goat.
Yeah.
And he even dairy goats is their number one main meat source is goat, or any kind of goat. So it's
Hey, never enough time. So Skinner asks if we are on Instagram or Facebook. We are on both. If 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎 maybe could post a link to both, would be awesome. And I'm active on both. So I'm probably active on Copper Coda Farms Instagram more than Facebook, but I'm on Facebook more on my personal account because I market for my clients a lot on there. So Quebec says, what do you think is the best merch shop around for us? So that's a good question.
I would say Freaky Cloths.
No, she's not talking about that.
Oh.
So Freaky Cloths was a store that I set up, and I wanted to set up a way to sell merch where I didn't have to create it or ship it, which is kind of like what Teespring does and everything. The problem is you send someone to another site to purchase it. You send them to teespring.com or Zazzle.com. I really like Zazzle. If you, to be honest, if I were to order stuff for me, I would order from Zazzle because they have a variety. I mean, you can get cake pops with your brand logo on them. You can get a whole chocolate bar. I've gotten puzzles that I've used in networking events for my business because I'm in marketing. And at the mixers, you can have people play games and you can give out prizes. So I had my logo done in 2 puzzles, 2 30-piece puzzles. And then the competition was for them to put it together. Whoever got it first won a prize. But they had to study my logo in order to put this puzzle together. So it's kind of like this, marketing scheme thing. But anyway, I like Zazzle because the quality so far of everything I've ordered for them is very good. Bumper stickers, games. We've done t-shirts from them before. I I've never ordered a Teespring t-shirt. I know a lot of people like it, but for Freaky Cloths, what I did was I hooked the website up to a company called Printful, Printful. And what they do is you can order through the website. It automatically sends to them. They ship it out, but everything looks like it's coming from you. They do some mugs. They don't have nearly as many products as some of these other sites like Zazzle, but they do t-shirts. Donald has ordered, see, what did you order? You ordered a sweatshirt and a hat.
A beanie.
And a beanie, and really good quality. Like, we loved the items that we've gotten from them so far. So for t-shirts, hats, what else?
I think I'm gonna order the mask next.
They have masks, or like gaiters, more like gaiters. They have you did order a gaiter. You ordered the Ghostbuster one I created.
Oh, right.
Phone cases, aprons, like one apron, some cups and things. And so far, it's been really good quality. And I like that they're not being sent to something like Teespring or something like that. They're literally ordering it through my website. So that's my recommendations, to do something like that. But it's a little hard to, it's not hard to hook it up. It's just a couple extra steps to get your website hooked up to it. And then, of course, you have to have a website. But I really like Zazzle for products. They're just probably a little bit more pricey. So check them out maybe. And I think from what I remember, the t-shirts are pretty good, but Printful so far has been the highest quality for me for t-shirts. We are actually going to be converting Copper Kettle Farms store to copperkettlefarms.com, which is it's just a slap together website. I'm going to be updating it so you can order directly through the website. You don't have to go anywhere else to order it. So that'll be probably coming up later this spring. Long answer for your short question. Sorry. But yes, Zazzle. And I've been ordering from Zazzle for you. You can get shoes and boxers and ties with your logo on it if you want. So, Naked Gardeners in the house. Did you guys get your bathroom done? Yeah, we were geeking about soil earlier. We were showing off a new book that you guys might like if Sid's there. Dirt to Soil by Gabe Brown. This is our newest one we got this week that Donald's reading. So the link is in the description with our Amazon affiliate attached to it. So,
and 𝙒𝘋 was telling us about the Audible version.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna get the Audible version too, so I can listen to it on the way to work.
Yeah. But while we're here, since we're getting towards the end of things. Oh, Thor's Haven's leaving. No. Well, thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate when you guys stop by. I want to give a pause to highlight our channel shout out, which is Making Lemonade. Why can't I say the name? Making Lemonade from Lemon. Shayla is our channel shout out today. She is such a wealth or a fount of knowledge on, everything you could possibly want to know about homesteading or cooking or sewing. She's the one that made my cool scarf thing. For those of you that are new, it's got a little pocket on the ends of the scarves to keep my hands warm when I'm walking around being all chill. And she sent this to me this week. So that's why I wanted to shout her out, because I just like being warm. So there you go. What is your take on midnight? What? I don't even know how to answer that question because I don't know what it means, but it sounds like a troll. That would be hilarious. People wearing boxers with you. It could be. I feel like if we ever get to HOA that we need to set this up, maybe like Big Bear boxers. I don't think Jason's in here anymore, but he was earlier. I want the person reading the book to sound like Morgan Freeman. That would be funny. Oh, TJ Miller was saying that they were using the Naked Gardener seed starting mix. I have to look at your seed starting mix because I don't know.
Oh, nice.
What that is, what's in it. Heirloom Permaculture, hello. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome scarf. I'm pretty happy with it. So we try to be, you're in the wrong chat room. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for a few minutes, James. hope you have a good rest of your day. We try to do these lives only for an hour. We try to be respectful of people's times. We know there's other lives. We don't like to overlap. And I mean, it's a lot of work going to so many lives. I go to a lot throughout the week. So, but yeah, so we're going to have a lot of updates on the shed probably this week. I'm taking film of all the different stages of this process. And I'm trying to decide, and I don't know, what do you guys think? If I do just one big video from start to finish of the shed, which is going to take a while because it's going to take us a little bit of time to save up the money to finish it up. Or if I should just go ahead and put some videos out now of the different stages. I know I plan to on TikTok regardless, but I don't know about on YouTube. Like, do I show half finished or do I just wait till it's done? I don't know. Is this when I say kappa? Kappa. Is this like kappa, like a cop? Out here in SoCal and didn't have to deal with the ugly weather. Yeah, we had some, I mean, we still have some snow on the ground. I almost busted my butt in the snow or the mud earlier. Looking forward to HOA. Yes, we are going to be at HOA. Well, we have tickets. If HOA happens, we'll see. Yeah, well, we plan to be there. It's only 2 hours from us. It's literally the closest conference. I think, as far as I know, we're one of the closest homesteads to it. So.
See Tori's.
No, where's
right above?
Do it in a series like we're doing with the home remodel. Okay. So I have to figure out how I want to do that. I'll probably put a video out tomorrow. I haven't done those lately because I'm moving my office, my business. If it doesn't, I have a feeling it will be at Polyface. We've been wanting to go to Polyface for a while too.
Oh.
If Miss NG edit that way. Oh yeah, Abby retired Kappa Kettle. Yeah, she says 𝙒𝙊𝙖𝙄𝙇, I think is what she says.
𝙎𝙬𝙄𝙇.
𝙒𝙊𝙖𝙄𝙇. I need to stop by there live again. I did 2 weeks ago, I think. HOA, no. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're getting a new computer, right, Mal, instead of HOA, which is needed. So I plan to go to HOA every year just because it's so close, but I do want to go to the Homesteaders Life Conference this year, which I think is in August. So I know Big Bear is going to be there.
We did want to go to Polyface at some point.
We do want to go to Polyface. I do want to go to some of the other stuffs too. I don't know all of the conferences yet. I know like Deep South does one. Broussards do one. We should do a Northeast one. That would be fun. I just don't know where it would be.
Would HOA be considered Northeast? Or is that more East?
No. North is above the Mason-Dixon line.
Which is where we're at.
Yes.
Okay.
But Virginia is below. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us again this Sunday. We will be live again next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to be putting out some videos this week now that the shed, or at least all my furniture's moved out of the office. That's been a big time sink this week. So look for some content for us finally this week. And we will see you guys around in all the lives. Everybody take care. See you soon. Peace.
Peace.